Orioles hosting the Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays are minus 130 on the money line. The Orioles are plus 110. Over under is 8.5 runs. The Blue Jays laying a run and a half on the run line are plus 128, meaning if you bet them that way, they must win this game by 2 runs. And the Orioles getting a run and a half on the run line are minus 154, meaning if you bet them that way and they win this game outright, you win. They lose by 1, you win. Now, these are the overnight odds. They're going to change the closer we get to first pitch tomorrow. So if you like a particular team or a particular pitcher, make sure that you select them overnight. When I make my picks, it's based off of the stats you see and the pitchers on how they've done against the opposing team. Now, Gausman has pitched twice against the Orioles this year. 8 innings, 2 runs, 2 earned. They lost that game 8-3 in 11 innings, and he struck out 4 batters in that game. 4 1/3, 3 runs, 3 earned. They lost that game 6-1 in Toronto, and he struck out 6. They are 4-6 as a team in his last 10. He's averaging 5 2/3 innings pitched and 7 strikeouts per game in those games. In his last 5 starts, they are 2-3, the Blue Jays. He's got an ERA of 2.6, and he's averaging 5 2/3 innings pitched. The under is 3-2 in his last 5 starts. In his last start, 5 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 1 home run, 84 pitches. Then no earned runs, 6 strikeouts, 90 pitches. 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, 103 pitches. 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts, 1 home run, 105 pitches. 4 earned runs, 9 strikeouts, 4 home runs, and 87 pitches. So 4 solo shots. In his last 3 against the Orioles, the Blue Jays are 1-2. And they've lost his last 2. The over is 2-1 in those games, and in those games, 3 earned runs, 2 earned runs, 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, 4 strikeouts, 6 strikeouts, no home runs, 1 home run, 103, 115, and then 93 pitches. It's great when you get division rivals. You get plenty of accurate stats. Now, for Flaherty, he pitched twice against the Blue Jays this year. Once with St. Louis and then once with Baltimore. 5 innings, no runs, no earned. They won that game 4-1 in St. Louis. He struck out 4. And then 6 innings, 1 run, 1 earned. They won that game 6-1 in Toronto. That was with the Orioles, and he struck out 8 in that game. The Orioles are 1-2 in his 3 starts. They've lost his last 2. He's averaging 4 2/3 innings pitched and 6.3 strikeouts per game in those games. The over is 2-1 in his 3 starts with Baltimore. 7 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, 84 pitches. 3 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, 1 home run, 98 pitches. 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts, 92 pitches. And like I said, I just read off what he did, but he didn't give up any home runs this year against the Blue Jays. Those are his last 2 appearances against them, and both of those games went under. Now, head-to-head, the road team is 7-3. The Orioles are 7-3. The underdog is 8-2 on the money line, and the underdog getting a run and a half on the run line is 8-2. There have not been any 1-run games in their last 10 meetings, so whether it's the favorite or the underdog, they're winning by at least 2. The over-under is 5-5, and the over-under at 8.5 runs, also 5-5. The game they played today, the Orioles lost 6-3 in extra innings. The game before that, the Orioles won 6-1. The game before that, the Blue Jays won 4-1, and the 3 previous to that, the Orioles won 13-3, and then back-to-back games at 4-2. The Blue Jays are 5-5 in their last 10. They're on a 3-game winning streak. They are 3-1 in their last 4. The over-under is 5-5 in their last 10, and the over has hit in their last 2 games. Losing to the Reds 1-0, then beating the Reds 4-3, then beating the Reds 10-3, then beating the Orioles 6-3 in extra innings. For the Orioles, they're 6-4 in their last 10, 3-1 in their last 4. The over is 6-4 in their last 10, and the over has hit in the Orioles' last 4 games. Beating the A's 9-4, 7-2, 12-1, and then losing today to the Blue Jays 6-3. To me, this is a catch-22 because you've got a guy who hasn't lost to the team, and you've got a guy who hasn't beaten the team in his last couple of outings. And I know that everyone's probably going to hammer Gausman, especially being that he's so low. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take the Orioles with the money line. I'm going to take the Orioles getting the runs, and I'm going to go over in this game. These are just my picks. If you disagree, please go with your gut, and please bet responsibly.